welcome to the Elfquest. I'm Elisabeth.
And I'm Siri. And we love all the feedback that you guys are giving us. So remember to follow us at Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, or whatever podcast platform that you prefer.
Today we're going to talk about the Forbidden Grove and Lair of the Bird Spirit.
So before we begin,
Yeah.
I have something that I've been thinking about the last week.
Okay. Tell me.
The elves, they have 5 fingers. Do they have 5 toes as well?
The elves don't have 5 fingers.
No, 4 fingers. They have 4 fingers. They don't have 5 fingers.
Yeah, they don't have 5
Do
fingers.
they have 4 toes as well?
Pretty sure.
We never see them barefoot, or we haven't seen them barefoot so far. So it looks like they have 1 toe
in their shoe.
Elf shoe.
Yeah.
I've just been thinking about it. Just need to know their proportions.
Great. Proportions
Their-
with Siri.
Their anatomy.
So there is a picture here of Cutter's feet, and he does only have 4 toes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they could have been based on something different, so they only had 2 toes, or
Then why
6
would they have
toes.
4
I don't-
fingers?
I don't know. Like, they're built different, so why do we need to have as many toes as we have as fingers? You know, like, just saying.
True, but we do.
They are looking up to the sky here,
Yeah.
and Skyway is like, "Oh, look, the 2 stars I gave you and Lita." Is he a guy that can give away stars? You know, like these companies that's selling stars for you to name?
No. It's more like he said, like, these are yours, I think.
I really got this feeling of this, like, oh, this is my
Salesman?
thing. I'm giving away stars to everyone who wants
Yeah.
them.
You can have one, and you can have one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look how close they are. Cutter's like, no, they're so far away.
Yeah. Something that I really loved was actually a sentence. The valley of endless sleep is a place of a deep green silence. I thought that was just beautiful.
It was, but still, when they go into the Forbidden Grove, though, or
Yeah.
the Sleepless, or is the Sleepless Valley and the Forbidden Grove the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I really got, like, some big Aragog feelings here.
Yeah.
You know, Harry Potter
Jesus
second
Christ.
movie going into the big spiders.
For everyone that doesn't know, we're Potterheads.
Yeah. This is...
Nightmare
when I walked
fuel?
in, I was just like, something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Just like when they walked into Aragog's home.
Yeah. Like following all the tiny spiders, like, this isn't good.
I was just imagining turning every page, like, when is the spider coming? When is
Yeah.
the spider jumping out of the book?
Yeah. But back to what Skywise said about the stars.
Mm-hmm.
I liked something in that as well. But I was more into the part about it was on their joining night.
The joining night?
Yeah, look, the 2 stars I gave you and Lita on your joining night.
Is that the night that they recognized or the night that they fucked?
Not that they fucked.
Okay.
I thought that was a really interesting way of saying it was that night, you know, when you guys
Mhm.
fucked and made it twins, like your joining night.
Okay. Why did he have to say that? Well,
I don't know.
Skywise.
Skywise, you know, because Skywise.
Mm-hmm. So they walking around in this spider
Yeah.
forest. It's webs everywhere, and
Yeah.
they want to open one of these cocoons.
Yeah.
And the first thought I had was like, do not open it, because you know spiders keeps their babies in this cocoons.
I know. So
So I
you
was
open
just like,
it and there's
it's
just a
gonna be
million.
Spiders everywhere. Don't do it. Don't
And
do it.
They're so big.
Mhm. and see all of these cocoons as well.
There's
Like
so many.
everywhere. Imagine how many spiders it
Oh,
would be. We learn it's not spiders. But
yeah, but that just the thought of them being all spiders disgusts me to the soul.
Mhm.
Like, it's bad. I really enjoyed how Skywise says that Cutter has the manners of a troll.
Yeah, and it's like, good thing that I'm here to apologize for my chief when he do stupid stuff.
And Cutter just answers with, trolls get even.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, but they don't have any manners.
No.
So, we already talked about that Skywise said that there's spiders, or Cutter does. And then they say, like, it's spider webs. But they also call it something else.
Yeah.
Streamers of gossamer webbing. What the frick is that?
This thing.
How did that word come into words come into existence?
I don't know. English?
What is it?
I don't know.
Sounds so weird.
It does. It's spider web or some kind of web thing.
Yeah. Sounds really, really weird.
But this stemmer of gossamer webbing, it keeps
Yeah.
the things that you're putting in it alive.
It does.
Because they cut open one thing and it's like, oh, the spider's gonna come and get us. But
It's a bird. A big live bird.
Mm-hmm. But before we move on, when did Skywise hurt his hand? How did that come to happen?
When he fell down the death water.
Oh, I totally missed that.
He when he fell and he caught the waterfall, he smacked it into the mountain. Then he grabbed the tree, and that's why he couldn't lift the other arm to like hold on. He only had one hand.
I missed that. So Cutter wants to open more. He's super curious, and he finds a wolf cub. And I was so sure. I was like, oh, he's gonna get a new wolf friend. This is his new wolf friend.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's like, lucky, you just lost one, and here's another one in the forest, in this webbing.
And then it smells like amber.
And I was like, oh, that's sad. He's not gonna get a wolf friend.
But at the same time, it's exciting because amber.
Yeah. And then we see this butterfly thing. We haven't got their
winged
name.
spirits.
Yeah, we haven't really got their name. We know Petalwing. She's one of them. But they are wrapping up or trying to wrap up Skywise because he's
so
falling
annoying.
asleep. So right away I was like, well, since the cub was in all this webbing, Ember and Leda and Santap has to be there somewhere too.
Yeah. But they speak so weirdly.
Mm-hmm.
Like their sentences
so
are
funny.
all jabbled up. This still quite high thing.
Still quiet high thing. Got fun arm. See? All broke. Can't put it in wrap stuff. No, not good. All over.
It is good enough. Petalwing knows. Petalwing say so.
They're so cute.
They're
I like
so
them.
cute, and
I like
their
Petalwing.
their way of speaking is so charming, and they're
Mm-hmm.
so annoying. So it's good for them that their speaking is so cute.
Yeah, and they talk about night and day or counting days. Like they were
Yeah.
like, oh, 2 darks ago.
Yeah,
So cute.
It's so cute.
And they show the way to find Lita and the kids.
Before that,
Mhm.
like Cutter catch them, and he's like, "Oh, stop doing that, or I'll squeeze
yeah.
you."
Yeah, just try. Try to squeeze me.
But he
You never
couldn't.
squeeze me.
Okay, I'll rip your wings out.
Don't do that.
And I think like, is that really a threat? Because I don't know if she like says it in like ironic way, like, "Oh, you can try, like you can try squeeze me," or if she really means it.
I think she means it because I think Cutter tries and she's like, oh, you can never do it because my skin is like iron or metal. But my wings, though, they're paper thin, so don't touch them.
Yeah, maybe. But they spit all this webbing stuff all over Cutter.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, am I like going crazy, Skywise, or does this cup smell like ember?
Well, he doesn't tell him what the cup smell like. He's just
No.
like, smell it, and he's like, oh, it's ember. He's like, I knew it.
Yeah. My nose isn't deceiving me.
Mm-hmm. It's so impressive though how this winged spirits can hold all this wrap stuff inside them. They're so tiny, but when they're spitting, all
There's
this
so
wrap
much
stuff that come out is like bigger than them.
Yeah, it's so much.
Mm-hmm. Well, so Cutter finally finds Lita and the kids.
He does, in a huge cocoon.
Mm-hmm. And Lita is so, I don't know if it's like she's vulnerable, tired, or she's just so happy to see him, but she's like, oh, Tam.
Just
it
think
feels
she's
like, oh,
so
I just longing for you. I want you.
I think she's just so happy to finally see him again, and she was so scared and alone and without a tribe, and he's like her safety.
Yeah, because I think they are asleep when they're inside the cocoons.
They are.
So she doesn't know how many days I went.
No.
Since they
She
were
don't know if
there.
it's been a second or days.
And she's so afraid that she spelled out Cutter's soul name in front of Skywise.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't worry, bros before hoes, so he knows my...
Or, like they said, like, brothers in all but blood.
Mm-hmm.
So again, saying, like we talked about earlier, that they have recognized.
Yeah.
And they're, like, hugging all of them and are so happy to be together. I think that's so beautiful. Like, she just embraces him as a part of the family without questioning him for a second.
Mm-hmm. And something I didn't know that was going on, but Cutter was teaching Lita while teaching the kids to send. So obviously he wants to teach his kids that, but he's teaching Lita as well.
But it's a lot easier for Lita if she can send as well, because she's gonna probably live with the Wolfriders, and they do send, and that is a big part of their communication in the woods, and it's a lot more private than saying everything out loud.
Yeah.
Like, they can talk over their kid's head.
And you can't lie, so...
And if you have been around kids, you know that sometimes that would be very nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah.
But also one thing I was like, but she never knew sending before. I thought that was something that was, like, lost for her kind, like...
They don't do it, so they don't know how to do it. They can receive it. They just don't know what it is, or that it is a thing.
But I thought, like, that's something that went extinct. So in their tribe, so they couldn't do it anymore. Like, they lost that power. So I was a little surprised that Lita actually could learn it. I thought that was something was lost for her.
I think that they just stopped doing it because they lived in Sorrow's End, and it was so far away from everything else, and the chance of somebody hearing what they were saying that was private didn't really exist. So they didn't have the same need for sending as Wolfriders do, as they needed to be silent in the forest and send between themselves when they were hunting and stuff. Some people really never had that need for sending.
Got it.
Yeah.
So we get the story now on how they got into this rap stuff.
Yeah, what happened to them after the strongbow fired a shot?
Yeah, this bird spirits came and took them.
Before that, like, they shot a bird.
Shot a bird, and it came more birds,
but
taking them.
That one bird was from wing to wing, as long as 6 wolves standing nose to tail. That's huge.
It's really huge.
That's huge fucking bird.
There is elf stuffs are flying on them, so they have to be huge.
Of course.
But Ember or Suntop is the one that first climbs into
the basket.
Yeah, on this food.
Yeah.
And then Ember
is
is
like,
following.
I have to get away. I have to get the father.
And this shocks me because Lita is hiding under the swoot, and the swoot gets scared, so Lita just hang on underneath the swoots.
Yeah.
Her strength, though, like, imagining hanging underneath a horse, just
dangling while he's running amok.
You have to use all the powers in your hand and your foot just to hold on so you don't get stampede from this swoot running.
And it also says that she was about to let go a long time, and she held on until she close to fainted because she was so tired. But I think it's like a mother's instinct of like holding on to not lose your kids. Like I don't think anyone else could actually do this.
No.
So they wandered around the forest for a while looking for Carter. And they fell asleep, and they were so tired, and even Ember was so tired that she didn't notice that her wolf friend just walked away.
Yeah, but is it a thing that they only got caught up in the net because they fell asleep, and then
they wrap up sleeping animals or things?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if they had stayed awake, they wouldn't be wrapped up.
No, but they were really tired, so that wasn't really an option for them.
Yeah. And now, since Cutter in Suntop is reunited, I thought we will finally know what the warning is.
Yeah.
What's the message from Sava?
Mm-hmm.
We don't. I want to know what the warning is.
Yeah.
Because you see, like, Suntop is like, oh, I have this message, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
And he and Cutter just walks away.
Yeah.
And they come back and like, did you get the message? Oh, it's not that clear. We have to talk more about it. But yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm getting so annoyed. I want to know. What's the message?
Tell me when to figure it out.
Well, I will try.
Yeah.
If they ever tell us what the message is.
Belita heals Skyway's arm, and he starts jumping and swinging up in the trees.
Mm-hmm. And oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
And Ember is like, I want to do it too. I want to do it too.
It is so cute. Like, I want to.
She is a Wolfrider through and through.
Yeah. You can also see the little spirits like pedaling, like, oh, I want to go with them. I want to go with the high thingy.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, look at her hair. I want to touch her hair. Like, she was sitting in Lita's hair all the time.
Like, no, Pedaling wants to stay.
Mm-hmm. Lita thinks they're cute.
Yeah.
But Cutter hates them.
Well, they were spitting Cutter's face. If I were Cutter, I would hate them too. For Lita, she's barely seen them.
Yeah.
She hasn't like seen the sassy, weird side of them.
And they keep walking. And Cutter is like, oh, Lita, you're making too much noise because you're jiggling jewelry. It's making too much noise. You're not a Wolfrider before you take off all your jiggling jewelry.
Yeah, we need to take them off. And they also call the fireflies little star cousins. Or Skywise calls them little star cousins. I thought that was so cute.
Yeah.
But
but they kind of look like stars.
They do. But we're getting some sexy time with Cutter and Lita. And she's like... she's like so sneaky about it. Like... Then it seems to me, beloved, that this coat of mine, which rustles so loudly, must go too.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
So sexy, though.
Yeah.
She's like, just teasing them.
I'm gonna take it off because it makes too much noise.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just remove it. And Cutter just stands there staring at her like, oh my god. And then they wake up.
When they see the fireflies,
yeah,
they're talking about that they're doing their dance of joining.
Yeah.
And then I was reading it like, oh, they're having their dance of joining. So then Lita and Cutter has to do their dance of joining. I don't know why. That went through my head.
Did?
Yeah. But they obviously did though.
I read it as Carolina is going on alone into the forest to have some sexy time, and luckily for them, there were fireflies.
Could
'Cause
be too.
Yeah, because Skywise kind of says it to the kids like, oh, just let them be. They need to be for themselves for a while.
Okay, then maybe yours make more sense. But
Yeah, because Skywise like said it in a kid-friendly way that like they're going off to do the dirty.
sure.
And then they came there and it was so magical and beautiful with the fireflies and like yeah. I think it was more a your head thing because
Yeah.
they were gonna do that anyway.
True.
Yeah. But then they wake up and Paddlewing has begun webbing their feet and Cutter loses his shit.
It's like, I hate this creature.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Stop. Why do you have to do this?
It's like, all you do is go spit on everything.
Look what you dumped to the woods. It isn't fit to live in.
No, because all living things are in cocoons.
Yeah. If you want to go somewhere to have a good sleep, it would be this place.
But then you have to talk to someone to make sure they will come and wake you up.
Yeah, come wake me in this amount of time because I will be sleeping forever if you don't.
Totally.
But they do find something big though.
Yes, they find Obar's daughter and her lover.
Yeah.
So excited that wasn't off track mention from Obar. That
that it
actually
happens.
Through.
Yeah. But they're like so sneaky about it. He like goes over and starts cutting, and Puddlewing keeps closing the net again while Cutter is cutting it.
It's like, don't break it. I spent a lot of time on this.
I really liked my work. But he like cuts it open and then just jumps head first back into the bushes to watch.
Yeah, because it's humans.
Yeah.
They don't know if it's good humans or bad humans.
No. And then all of a sudden they hear a howl.
Yeah, it's another Wolfrider. It's Redlance's love mate, or is it?
What's her name though?
I don't know. This one?
Nightfall.
Oh, Nightfall, okay.
Yeah, it's Nightfall.
Oh, it says here, Nightfall.
Yeah, it's Nightfall. So both Nightfall and Redlands, Skywise and the kids, Lita and Cutter comes up in like each their own side for these poor humans and scare them and they just run off.
Yeah, but one thing is that Skywise and Cutter has witnessed how good humans can be.
Yeah.
But Nightfall, Redlands, Lita, and the kids haven't. They all think humans
Lita
are...
and the kids haven't really met any humans before.
True, but they have heard stories that they're bad.
They have. Yeah.
So all the other things, they're bad.
Yeah.
Good
But
thing
like-
that they don't shoot them, though, so they can live and run away to daddy.
Yeah, they're like, stop, let them go. But I love how disheveled Lita and Cutter are. They're barely wearing any clothes.
I wonder why.
And somehow Lita's coat went from being open all the way and held by a belt to being like zipped all the way.
Yeah, true. It looks like a totally different clothing here.
It does. It looked like it's been zipped in the front.
Mm-hmm.
But like it is open.
It might just be the angle. Let's blame the angle.
Let's blame the angle and not the logic behind elf clothes and how they work. Because that isn't logic.
Yeah. And now we get the story how Nightfall and Redlands got away.
Yeah. So they tell us that the big bird started picking up all the elves, starting with Strongbow. And then Moonshade just stood there looking at them going away and just like longing to be with him. So she got picked up too. Kind of sad.
But they hide in the water. Almost got stamped on by the suit.
Stampede. by the swoot. But that's how they survived, though. Birds didn't pick them up.
Mhm.
But they also say that there were 7 birds, and out of 10, Wolfriders.
Yeah, so there's one missing.
Yeah.
And they saw that the bird took them to the Blue Mountain. So then
Mhm.
Cutter is like, okay, then we have to go to the Blue Mountain. But Centum is like, no! That's where the danger is. Don't go to the Blue Mountain.
Father, didn't you believe me?
Like, yes, but I have to save my tribe.
Yeah, like, it doesn't matter what he believes or not. He knows his tribe is there, so he needs to go there.
Sidetrack. Is the Blue Mountain blue?
No.
I'm reading it in black and white, so
like, if you look at this picture, it's fucking green.
Okay.
In that picture is green. In these pictures, it's dark and gloomy.
Okay, so we don't really know the color.
I wouldn't presume it's blue. I would presume it's stone colored.
Yeah, so kind
Grey.
of grey bluish something. More
Yeah,
grey.
more grey. Dark, mountain colored.
Yeah.
I don't think it's green either.
But I think if the rest of the Wolfrider wasn't taken by the birds,
Yeah,
he would have listened to Suntap and not went there.
yeah.
But
Because
since
finding
they're
other elves is more important than listening to a warning from Sava.
yeah, but I don't think like if all the Wolfriders were safe, he would
Yeah.
be like, okay, we're not going there.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go somewhere
But
else.
I have to save my tribe. I have
Yeah.
to save my family
Yeah.
because the tribe is family.
It is, but like, there's no choice when the tribe is caught. He's their
Mhm.
chief. He needs to go get him. They're his responsibility, after all.
Totally. So we're inside the mountain now.
Yes, we are. And we see some red, angry sending.
You see some red angry sending. I see some
black
black.
and white angry sending.
Yeah, but I still felt it was angry because it's like super bold, black, harsh.
It's
In
different.
contrast to the white light
Yeah, it's
sending.
very different from a regular sending.
Mhm.
But it's a red sending. For those of us that have colors.
Those are that lucky.
Well, I have offered you colored versions. You've just chosen that one in black and white.
I know, because it's bigger, has more.
You had a choice. You chose the black and white one.
Yeah. So at the ending
Yeah.
of the first issue of this episode, we don't really see who's the capturers
No.
of Strongbow. We just see this bad strong sending.
Yeah.
So I first thought it was trolls because
Yeah.
they're
Makes sense. It's
inside the
in
mountain.
a mountain.
And we already got the story from Picnos about the other tribe of trolls. So I thought
That
they
was in a
came there.
mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the
But it's
frozen
not.
mountains, but not the blue mountains, but the frozen mountain.
There is some elves or Vinoville, I know is an elf.
Winnowell is an elf, yeah.
But this other thing though,
You mean Tildark?
yeah. He is some kind of bird.
Elf.
No, like he
Yes.
has wings, he has claws like a bird, he has this stupid thing on his head.
Stupid.
I don't know what's that for. It looks like it's supposed to look like a beak, you know?
It's fin, kinda.
Yeah, but it's stupid. It has no purpose.
Stupid.
He looks pretty stupid.
Okay. Yeah. We'll talk more about the Tildark and how he looks later.
I hope so.
Yeah, I promise you we will. It will come up later. Let's talk about it then. And in the meantime, you can think what you think.
Just see how Vinoville is torturing Strongbow. With
Yeah, and she's sending all of
sending.
these really mean sendings. So bad that she faints. Moonshade faints on the
Yeah.
stairs.
But when I first started with this
Yeah.
issue, I was like, why is Strongbow the only one who's captured? Why is
Mhm.
all the other walking freely?
Yeah.
We get the answer to that later. in this issue though, but I was like, are we gonna have a troll episode over again, like not locking them in?
The trolls are stupid, elves are smarter. We've already learned that.
Yeah, but they're only locking in one of their 7 captured
Yeah,
elves.
but that's fine. You, as you said, we'll talk about that later. Why that is. But she keeps like, hurting Strongbow with ascending,
Yeah.
which is something we haven't seen before.
No. Or kind of.
Kind of with
Kind
Mad
of
Coil.
got it from Ryak.
And
when he got
with
super
Nicholas
mad
with
at
anger.
Cutter.
And with Mad Coil, he like sent anger. The Moonshade is like begging for Strongbow, like stop it, please. And he just falls over, and it's really sad because he's in a cage, and she's just looking, like watching him being tortured.
And now we get to see Nona's tribe, and they're putting out food for all the elves.
Yeah.
Or their
bird
bird
spirits. But what they don't know is that their bird spirit is one eye. You didn't get that?
No, I thought it was Venaville. Did you spoil me? I thought
No,
it was Venaville.
I saw it on your face.
Later, Venaville is like, oh, I have to go out to my humans to get my food, blah, blah, blah.
But One Eye says 3 nights in a row, and they still haven't tried to poison us. I would almost believe these humans mean us no ill, and that'll be the day. But food is food, whether we hunt it or steal it. Friends.
Oh, but I thought One Eye was stealing Venaville's food.
They put the food out. They're like, they've been taking our offerings and blah 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 blah, and they think it's the bird spirits. But the only person that's been picking up this food is One Eye and the wolves, because he's with the wolf tribe. So he is feeding the wolf tribe with what the humans have hunted.
Okay, so it might be eating wolf.
It's a rabbit.
You never know what the humans hunt.
But you can see it as a whole rabbit.
Oh, okay. Maybe this day. Maybe they were hunting a wolf the previous day.
I doubt that
Cannibalism.
I doubt that they would pick up the dead wolf, because they pick up
Okay,
they put
true.
out the whole dead animal.
Okay.
I don't think that they would pick it up if it were a wolf. I think that if one of us saw them like chopping up a wolf, then he would go chop them up.
Okay, but
Yeah.
I thought One Eye was stealing Venaville's food, and the humans were giving our food to Venaville.
Well, they
But-
think that they are putting out food for Winnowill, but they are feeding One Eye. They're offering it to him, and he's been picking it up every day for 3 days.
Yeah. So now
If
Cutter
they
and
say
Rita's-
that he will not take our offerings if we stay and watch for him. Patience. By and by, he will let us know his will.
Okay, I missed it.
I have a glimpse of him in shadows. He is fierce to behold, surrounded by great beasts of the night. So it's obvious that they're talking about One Eye.
I missed it.
They're putting out food for One Eye.
Okay, then. I give up.
Yeah.
So
And then we have the great.
that's not how the song went in my head.
How was it?
I don't know why, but it went, from the Disney ride Splash Mountain. In my head, it was like the sippity-doo-dah.
Oh, no, it says bri-di-di-di drit
It was so hard to read that, so in my head it was just
Diri,
easier to go with
Brit,
Splash
di-
Mountain.
No, I have like, if you look at Cutter, you will understand that this is pretty ugly. This is
Yeah, but The Splash
from-
Mountain song is super annoying if you listen to it over and over too.
Yeah,
So.
but I've seen this things sing before, and it's more like
Okay.
yeah, it's like screeching high and ugly.
Mhm.
Um,
And Cutter is just like, oh, it's a mouse in that trunk. Go get it.
yeah, savage birds sing better than you.
Mhm. And the name that Paddlewing has for the mouse, because he goes into the tree trunk and be like, oh, there's no mouse here, but she
Yeah.
don't call it mouse. She call it Stellaquit for fur soft crapple baby.
Yeah,
I don't know how
because
to say
that's a
it.
lot easier
Still
than
quiet fur soft cradle baby.
yeah,
Something.
because that's a lot easier than just saying mouse.
Yeah.
Of course.
And they're getting so excited to reach the Blue Mountain, so they start running.
Yeah.
And Lita is not used to running, and she's like, wait up.
And
And
Cutter
Cutter-
just lifts her with one arm and swings her over a wolf, and that's so sexy.
Yeah, and be like, Lita, be a Wolfrider now.
Oh, but it's so sexy, just like being picked up in mid-leap and placed on the back of a wolf.
Mm-hmm. Another thing I noticed right now,
Yeah.
it's a sidetrack. But I know Lita has tights on.
Yeah.
But on the picture, when Cutter swings her up on the wolf,
Yeah.
it looks like we can see her butt cheeks.
But they're blue.
They're white in my picture.
They're blue.
Yeah, but look at this one.
You know, I have originally read that in black and white, but I always thought it was pants. But like, they're blue.
No, I thought now, where is your pants, lady?
They're there. It's a tight.
Yeah, I know, but just looking over it fast, I was like, something is missing.
Bare butt. No, she's wearing tights.
Mm-hmm.
Or close to tights. She does have teal blue pants on, so don't worry.
And they finally caught up with One Eye.
Yeah, the wolves started being like angry and like ruff ruff, and that's
Mhm.
because that they can smell the other wolves.
Yeah. So they shout out for each other.
Yeah, and they tell his story about how he ended up there.
Mm-hmm. Which is really sad because he could have died. He could have been impaled
Yeah,
by the tree when he fell.
he was holding on to his life mate's legs and caught in a tree.
Mm-hmm.
But the really sweet thing is that all the wolves are like standing under the tree, like waiting for him to wake up. Like, come help us! Don't be up there.
Yeah, but One Eye is the only wolf rider that the wolf can smell, so they all
Yeah.
go to him instead of their wolf friend.
Yeah.
And they see the humans, and everyone is like, oh, they're so dangerous. And Cutter is like, watch this, I'm gonna be a god now.
Yeah.
Because they recognize they're Nona's.
Yeah,
tribe.
or he knew already that they're Nana's
Mhm.
tribe. And one always like, he's walking right up to them. They'll kill him.
And then it's like, no, they're bowing for him? But they're humans. They're monsters.
Yeah.
It's like so shocked. He's been like trying to avoid the humans for 3 days and stealing their food for 3 days, and he
In
realized
hiding.
I could have been a god.
Yeah, I could have been a fucking god.
Mhm.
And I've been hiding in a bush.
You missed your opportunity.
Yeah. As now we can see Tree Stump, and he's carrying buckets of water upstairs.
He looks so miserable.
He looks so mad, and he like that's a look that he gives Winnowill.
Mhm.
Oh,
Not good.
no. And they made door.
Yeah, because Venaville is going out to be god for the humans.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the humans are so endlessly interesting to me. Just when I think I observed every possible trick or their behavior,
Yeah.
they surprise me again. Like, isn't that what with every kind of species?
They evolve, yeah,
Yeah.
and change.
Like, you stop grunting and you start talking.
Yeah. But like looking at Door, she looks so beautiful up there. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
so beautifully drawn, that picture.
She looks like a queen.
She does.
And guess who's on the other side of the door?
I wanted to mention something first. She's a stone shaper.
How did you know?
Because it says so.
Does it?
Slowly the ancient wall parts. Its sharp altered its shape altered, but its mass unchanged. And there in the corridor beyond. It's
But
in
I
the
thought it
wall.
was the door that opened the wall.
No. Door opens the wall.
Yeah, so door is a stone shaper.
Yeah, door
Oh,
is
I
a
thought you
name.
meant Vinoville was a stone shaper.
No. Door is a stone shaper.
Yeah,
She-
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I follow.
Yeah.
I thought you meant Vinoville was a stone
No,
shaper. I was like,
no, there is a stone shaper.
Yeah. I follow.
Yeah, good.
So who's on the side of the door?
tribe!
Mm-hmm. Min was like, door, close. But I was like, but
Just run through.
but I felt they were kind of already in. Like, they were in the doorway. So even though if the door would close,
don't
they're
think-
already in.
I don't think
Mm-mm.
Winnowill would care if they got stuck in a wall.
Yeah, but like, they're already in. There is no point closing the door.
Yeah, because most of them are still in the corridor.
Okay,
Cutter
but
and
yeah.
the wolf are the only one that's like in the threshold.
But do you think the door would kill someone?
I'm not gonna answer that right now. They can,
Okay, so the door will kill someone. Noted. Writing that down.
I don't know. Door doesn't have a choice.
Okay.
Let's say that.
So back to the way this bird's spirits treats their captured one.
Yeah, but like Cutter and the others like
Mhm.
leap through
Okay.
this hole while it's closing.
true.
Like it's rapidly closing. All of them are just like sprinting
Mhm.
through the hole in the stone. Like that's terrifying.
Yeah, and it takes New Moon and Triton, Vinoville.
Yeah. And I've talked before about that they can't send because it turns their thoughts like needles in our head.
Mm-hmm.
And the Wolfriders tries to send, and when it will just makes it hurt them.
Yeah, but it's like Nightfall and Cutter and all this new one doesn't know that they can do this.
Yeah.
Or yes, one I told them.
One
on
I
the
told
outside,
them
though,
outside, yeah, but they still
so
try
they
to.
forgot.
Yeah.
So back to how this bird spirit treats their captured elf.
Yeah.
One they put in prison.
Mm-hmm.
Tree Stump and Pike get to be slaves.
Yeah.
And then Scatter and Dushan get this beautiful bed to relax.
What about Clarebrook?
Oh, he's not mentioned here.
It's a
I-
she.
Oh, she's just running in the stairs, so I don't know what her
She's
purpose
not.
is.
That's Moonshade.
Oh, where's Clarebrook though?
She's being held down and
Oh.
bound.
True.
Yeah. But before that, like they like Cutter catches Winnowill and like puts his sword blah 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 and puts his sword to her throat. And it's like, listen, feather rope.
Yeah, feather robe.
Yeah, feather rope. And like she lets them send. And they start sending to everyone so that everyone knows they're there, and they start running off. But Dushan looks so sad.
Yeah, true.
She
Because
looks-
she was the lucky one and got this nice bed instead of being a slave
Yeah,
or in
but
prison.
it looks like something's wrong.
Yeah. They will probably tell us later.
Yeah. So everyone is running towards them. I'm like so happy to see the rest of the tribe. And you can see Cutter, which is holding Winnowill, like screaming out for his arm while she's touching it.
I did not notice that.
It's in the last picture on this
Yeah,
page.
I see it now, but I did not notice that it was like
Well, in my
Vinovel making pain to Cutter's arm.
but he's holding his hand around her throat, and she has her hands on his arm, and like in the colored version, it's like a red and orange and very noticeable, and you
Mhm.
see her smirk, and it is my arm.
Okay.
Yeah, she's hurting his arm with her fingers. What you thought about that?
Thought about the thing I didn't notice before now.
What do you think about it now?
That Vinovel has some super powerful powers.
Yeah, fair enough.
Should I think anything else?
No.
Should I think differently?
Probably not. But she starts evil sending to everyone and sends it to Tildark to get all of their weapons. And
And there's more elf coming.
she starts running up the stairs.
Yeah. But when the other elves were coming with Tildak,
Yeah.
was like, oh, these elves have wings on their butts. Because it kind of looks like that. But then I realized it's their
rope.
it's their rope with the hook thing that they
Yeah.
have. But how it's drawn in this picture, it looks like
I
they have
get it,
tiny
I
wings
get
on the
it.
butt. I was like, they're cute.
I've just never seen that. But
It's like you misplace your Tinkerbell wings. Instead of having it on your back, you have it on your butt.
like Tinkerbell wings on your butt.
Mm-hmm. Could have been a thing.
Yeah.
They decided it was rope instead.
Yeah. And they also say that they are floating.
Yeah, probably that's why I thought it was wings. Because they were floating.
Maybe.
So they have some kind of new powers that we haven't been introduced to.
Yeah, they do.
And they start fighting.
Mm-hmm. But before that, Lita, when she's thinking about the floating, she thought that it was an ancient skill that was lost to their kind. So she knew that elves could fly.
And she didn't tell us. I didn't notice that Lita said that, but she should have told us. She should
Yeah,
have mentioned that.
like you didn't notice that she thought it even, but she thought so that ancient skill
much
is
happening.
not lost to elves after all. But that's pretty, like, how would you know that? Have you seen a flying elf before? Probably not.
Rayak. Or no, he couldn't
can
levitate
fly.
himself. He
He
wasn't
can't
strong
fly.
enough to levitate.
He
Big
can
things.
levitate small things.
True.
But these aren't like using magic to like levitate something. They're just floating.
True.
And Winnowill like knows that they're fighting like as if it's the only thing that they've ever done. And it's so true.
Yeah, they're Wolfriders.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only thing they've ever done.
So is Vinovel a healer?
Lita says that her power is like a healer turned inside out.
Yeah, but is she a healer? But using her power in a bad way, in the wrong way?
Do you want me to answer that?
Are you gonna spoil me to answer that? Of course you're not gonna answer that because you're like, oh, you have to figure out yourself.
Well, I have said before that Sava has, like you said, like who.
Is Vinovel the one who's keeping Sava from going back?
Yes!
Oh my god!
Yes! Like I said back then that I thought that she found a healer in there. Winnowill is a
my
healer, but
God.
she's using her powers for evil. You didn't
Winnowill.
get that Winnowill was the one that they were warned about?
No.
What?
Was I supposed to know?
She's so cruel. She's a
At
bitch.
least I haven't got it yet.
She's a bitch.
Obviously.
She's evil sending and she's hurting people and hunting them.
Yeah, but still, I was kind of like,
She's
oh,
ordering door.
true. But some people are just bitches, so maybe she's just one of them.
She's the bitch of all the bitches.
True.
Like, she's a big mean bitch. But yeah, she is a healer.
Okay, so they trying to get Strongbow out of the prison.
Yeah. When Moonshade runs up and like bites her dress, I was like,
Was it the dress? I thought it was her hair because her hair is so long.
no, it's a dress.
I literally thought
But
it
at
was
the same time, I'm like, oh, the dress is gonna rip off because not a lot of pieces around her.
I was like, oh, that's hurting because it's taking his hair.
No, it's her dress.
Should be in the hair.
Yeah. But Moonshade also calls her the Black Snake.
She kind of looks like one.
That should also be an
Insult.
thing about her not being a very kind person.
True.
Being named the Black Snake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Lita's powers,
Yeah.
healing powers, kind of is strong enough to block out the evil sending from Binaville.
Yeah, she's like blocking and healing him, like closing off his mind, I think.
Mm-hmm. And we figure out why these bird spirits are so
Marvelous.
mad.
Yeah.
Because they killed their bird friend. Because these elves have
A
bird
baby
friends.
bird.
Like wolf have wolf friends.
Yeah. And Tildark also comes in and calls them gliders.
So the bird spirits are gliders.
They're gliders. Because they're gliding. Because they
Okay.
can fly.
Bad name. Whatever. Like. Move on.
There's gonna be worse names, don't you worry.
Oh, I can imagine. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I love these names. But yeah, they're like trying to talk to like, but why didn't you guys fight? And Trisam is like, but she gave us a choice to either stay slaves and him in prison, like Strongbow in prison, or take their freedom in exchange for Strongbow.
Which is not a choice.
Exactly what Cutter said.
Mhm.
Especially for a Wolfrider. That is not
Yeah.
choice.
So that's why some are in prison and some are not.
Yes. And look at Winnows' face in that last picture.
She's like, I know that us elves get scattered over
Yeah.
all over this planet, but some has
Shrunk.
some has degenerated. Not only have their bodies shrunk, their senses of honor seems to have vanished completely.
But I'm not sure how much honor she has.
Nothing. But she
Ju-
thinks she's better than them.
She hasn't been much
Obviously.
honorful
No.
until now, at least. The Wolfers are much more honorful. Like, they won't leave their friend, like, in exchange for his life. They would rather stay slaves.
Mhm.
So I don't think she's the person to talk about honor.
No.
'Cause
That's
she
why
doesn't
Cutter
have any.
snaps too. He's like,
Yeah.
you don't talk to me this way. I have to talk to your chief.
Yeah, before that he's like, why I'd kill no one because we killed a bird, so I won't say that I would kill for taking a life. It's not life for a life because that's shooting myself in the leg. Let me talk to your chief,
Yeah.
please.
A little bit of bear claw was coming out.
Yeah, and I love that before going in, he was thinking like, please let Joyleaf come through.
Yeah.
Please
I need
let me be more
Joyleaf
of
now.
Joyleaf.
No bear claw because I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk to Lord Wall.
Yeah.
So I feel like I know Harry Potter came after the Elfquest,
Mm-hmm.
but Lord Wall and Voldemort, I was like, can't we just be more creative, people?
Tell that to Harry Potter.
True, but still. I knew Harry Potter before Elfquest, though, but I was like,
Well, as a
should be something
Norwegian
different.
child, his name is still Lord Vol. And Vol in Norwegian means violence.
Yeah, that's how I read it, but that's probably my Norwegian brain thinking,
but so
though.
I've never read it as like close to Voldemort because I always read it as
But you read
Lord.
this before Harry Potter. I read it
Yeah.
the opposite way around.
That's true.
So I thought, oh, they're meeting Lord Vol. That's a bad guy. They have to behave or they're going to be thrown in prison too because it's Lord Vol.
I read it as like, that's Lord Violence.
That
Doesn't sound good.
good.
But I didn't have any link to Harry Potter. But I
No.
was like, oh, Lord Violence. That does not sound good. Let's not meet these Lord. And they go deep, really deep into the mountain.
And they see...
And in these pictures, the mountain is purple.
Yeah, and they mention, like, oh, the troll kiss wasn't even near this perfect.
No, or big
fancy.
or fancy. But they
Just
have
describing them.
they have stone shapers, so having fancy shapes doesn't surprise me.
It's easy when they have stone shapers.
It's easy to make beautiful designs with stone shapers. They can just will stone into the shape that they want.
They come into Lord Vol's throne room or
Yeah.
whatever, and they see Claire Brook.
Yeah.
And one eye has a new swear word, kind of.
Yeah.
By the two moons.
Yeah, but it's like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Or holy
but they
shit.
haven't said that before.
No, by the two moons. I didn't even write it up because I'm so used to it.
Oh, they're probably going to use it more later. But
It's one of
I
their
noticed
most,
it.
like pucker nuts and by the two moons is like
Mhm.
top notch swear words. I don't even notice it anymore.
And they try to get their way out
Yeah.
from killing the bird.
Yeah, but Vinowil is like, try to convince Lord Vol to let your tribe's innocence. Like, convincing him is gonna be really, 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 really hard. But I would rather convince anyone else than her.
Yeah.
Because she's cruel.
But she's trying to put word into Lord Wolf's mouth, though, because she's like, oh, a life for a life. You took one of our birds, so then we will take one of your wolves.
Yeah.
That's only fair.
Yeah.
But it was an accident.
It was. He didn't know that it was like a friend of theirs. He just thought it was a
No.
bird
It
and
could
they
have
were
been
hungry.
the other way around. Like, they could have been hunting wolves and shot one of their wolf friends.
Like, it was an accident.
But then I noticed, like,
Yeah.
with Wolfriders, almost everyone has a wolf friend.
Yeah.
Like, Cutter doesn't have one now, but he's just in transition between
Same
one
as
because
Skywise.
yeah, well, Skywise didn't die, did he?
He was old and then went into the forest
Okay.
with, like, Night Runner and Star Jumper went together.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they were like, oh, we only have 8 gliders or 8 elves that fly birds.
Yeah.
It's like, why can't everyone has one?
Because they don't have enough birds.
So breed more birds. It's not that difficult, is it?
Obviously it is.
Oh,
Because they
yeah,
only
yeah,
have 7.
true. Because they're also mad because now, I don't know his name, now this person has to wait even longer for a new bird to hatch and a new bird to be
And
old
that guy's
enough.
so mad.
Yeah, it's like, I had to wait so long. I was finally ready to fly, and now I can't because you killed it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, shit happens.
Yeah.
But the bird spirits haven't seen children for so long.
So long that
So-
Lord Volt thinks it's mockery of Lita to say that there are cubs.
This is worse mockery than even Vinaville can do.
Yeah, and I think that says something too, that he says that worse mockery than Winnowill would be capable of. Like, who's this a bitch?
He knows.
Of course he does, he lives with her.
But can't the bird spirits have babies?
Well, it
Or
says that there
don't
are
they
no more
fuck, or-
children. There will be no more. We are all dying within this mountain, dying through though unable to die. Surely you have seen that.
They're like, no, I have twins. Do you want to see them? That's basically what Kara and Lita says.
Yeah, but listen to that. There are no more children. There will be no more children. We are all dying within this mountain, dying though unable to die.
Kill yourself if you want to die then. But
they're immortal.
How do we know?
Because he says,
have he tried to kill himself?
Unable to die.
But have he tried to kill himself?
They can kill themselves, but they cannot die from old age.
Okay.
Can be murdered. You can commit suicide, but you will not die otherwise.
But I feel that's an elf thing, isn't it? We
No.
haven't, or at least I haven't met any elves that could die from elderly.
They
or old
can.
age.
They just don't get that old.
Yeah. Or we haven't met anyone yet, at least.
There are immortal elves and there are non-immortal elves, and this will become clearer later.
Okay.
Yeah. So some elves are immortal, others are not.
Yeah. But then Lita and Cutter is using their kids to get out of this tricky situation
Of
because
course.
Lord Vol wants to see kids.
And they thought, like, this is perfect. We have 2 of them.
Mhm.
Let's just buy our freedom. But did you notice what is above Lord Vol's throne?
It's a skeleton of a bird.
Probably of his bird.
Oh.
I think that is really, really
It was kind of creepy.
grotesque. Like the Wolfriders are like, their wolves are dead, so they will go into the forest and be part of the forest. But he like put out his dead bird as a
Mhm.
token or trophy or whatever. It's creepy.
Yeah, so they send out one of the, or a couple of the birds to get Suntop and Ember
Yeah.
and Redlands who's watching
Yeah.
them.
And they're like, oh no, let's hide. And then they get a sending and it's like, oh, it's nightfall. And Tildak is also flying with them.
Yeah, it's almost like he's leading them. He didn't have to go with them.
No, but it's so cute when Ember and Suntop comes in. They're like running at their parents, like mother, like how children are.
Yeah, it's like, I was flying.
It was amazing. You should have seen me. I even stood up. It was really, really, really cool.
Mm-hmm. And Ember is being so nosy to Lord Vol, like, you look like a funny old bird.
And Suntop is like hitting her. Ember, he's like, Sava, be polite. But
This
she's
is,
a child.
This is bad manners.
She's so pure. She's
Remember how our parents raised us.
like a wolf, you mean?
Yeah, it's like, which one?
Yeah. You know, mom and daddy raise us differently because I'm Wolfrider and you're Song people. So
Yeah.
I don't have to behave as well because I have an excuse. I don't think that Santa would like an excuse though.
No.
I think he would prefer being proper.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah. But Lord Will keeps his promise. He gets like tears in his eyes and like, I can't believe that there actually is children. And he lets Strongbow go. And you get that look again.
From Winneville, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see that?
And Lord Vol is like, oh, you can leave now, but I like you to stay because I want to get to know your kids.
Because I love that there's children.
He has baby fever. Or children fever. He just wants children around.
Or just the joy of seeing new life. Like
Yeah.
all they know is like really, really ancient old people.
And they haven't seen something new in a while, so they're probably bored, so.
Yeah.
And you know, earlier I was like so sure that Sava was one of the high ones.
Yeah.
Now Winneville is like, we're the high ones. It's like, no, you're not.
How do you know that?
I don't know. I'm just like, if Sava isn't one of the high ones, she's for sure not one of the high ones. She's a bitch.
Oh, well, I
Well-
can promise you she's not.
She's just trying to trick them.
She's just a bitch that'll say I'm the high one to gain power.
Yeah, it's like, oh, your quest is done. We're the high ones,
Yeah.
so you could just stay here.
Just stop looking.
She's trying. She has a mission with this, like an
She has a
underlying
behind
mission.
everything that she does.
It's just like, what is that? Why does she want them to stay? Does she want them to be their servants? Like the trolls wanted them to be their servants.
I will not answer.
I know you know the answer.
Of course I do. I just won't tell you. It's much more fun when you suddenly
Mhm.
realize things yourself. So next time we're going to talk about what is the way, or the way, and the secret of the Wolfriders.
So until next time, go recognize a troll.